control. And we're flopping around. I'm trying to do 3 things at once here, and we flopped a little bit, but that's okay. We're here. Hello, happy Monday. It's that time again. It's Monday, and we think about, get through the weekends. I don't know about my Mondays are kind of my day where I'm so excited to get back at things, so excited to be in the groove of things. I mean, it's not, I work weekends, but something about Monday. And so we are also attempting to stream this on TikTok, guys. So if you guys are on TikTok, you want to come join us on the Journey with Jen Snow on YouTube. This is where I'm going to be able to answer all your questions and comments. So everybody, Purple Princess, we've got Alex who's here. Thank you for being here. We got, oh, I'm going to say your name wrong and I don't want to, but I'm going to put it up here. Rasta. Hopefully I did not say that wrong. I totally did, and I did not mean to butcher it. I am so tongue-tied today. I don't know. I did this massive healing on Tuesday, and kind of one of those things where putting into practice once again the things that I do with clients for myself. And ever since that healing, I mean, it was massive. It was amazing. It was about where I was maintaining illness and oh, and Lynn, yes, Lynn. Sorry, Lynn, I didn't see you. And Blue Reflections, hello, welcome. And I got into this place. Okay, thank you. I got it now. I will get it right next time. Where we look at the cause of creation, but one of the things that when I learned when I was going through my healing journey was about the maintenance, the parts of our inner subconscious mind, the parts of our light body, our past life history, our perceptions, our beliefs, our habits, our behaviors, where they all sit in a maintenance kind of format. And so I did the maintenance around what I believed was, in my words, were what was maintaining my illness and any illness for that matter. And that was a big session. I ended up calling out 3 parts of my subconscious mind that actually really weren't parts of my subconscious mind. They were light beings that were doing me a favor that I asked them to do. So I had to rewrite that history. And after rewriting that history, 2 of the light beings that were helping me learn this lesson, helping me get to this place where I could release what once was and move forward now, clear of my own self boundaries and my own soul. It was like pretty much like gagging myself, like gagging my intuitive gifts and pushing them down, damping them out because of several past lives. And so working with those beings of light and restructuring, reshaping, and redefining how I held my past and how my past held me. And so it was a big session, and one of the biggest things I got out of it was also connecting with my divine feminine, which admittedly I had not really honored or celebrated her in a long time. And probably in this lifetime, never. I really went to that more like a masculine side of things, and that was just due to past life pressures and past life outcomes that for some reason at some point when I was in this incarnation, I decided to switch back on for the masculine, and I was going to really push away the feminine because I was had decided that was going to cause me harm, because in those past lives that I had been holding on to, I was actually in the feminine space and a feminine creation when I was utilizing gifts not for the greatest thing in the world. So there was a big, massive healing. And that healing since then, I've been like tongue-tied. I'm really stepping into feeling all those emotions that perhaps I hadn't wanted to feel in a while. but it got me reading, and that's kind of the topic for tonight, and that's how we kind of got there. I've been reading this book on the vagus nerve. I really like to dive into things, and when I dive into things, I like to just know everything I can possibly learn about a topic. And the reason I got into the vagus nerve, I've had this book downloaded on Kindle for a lot of times, and I will post it in the Telegram, the journey with Jen Snow, so that you guys have it if it's something that interests you. But I wanted to know more about how the vagus nerve is connected to our body, how it functions, what triggers it, what the vagal tone is, how we can correct it. And I've always had some back information, a little bit of information here, but this book has really expanded the knowledge or confirmed the knowledge that I had. But in doing that, one of the breath works that I utilized that I wasn't even thinking about it, but the diaphragmatic breathing is where you get into that space and you're really extending that breath. So in taking what most people do is in that shallow breath and really expanding it in past the diaphragm all the way down through your torso. And what I thought was interesting is that when working with animals and working with people, I breathe like that all the time to get into that sacral space, to get into that presence, to hold that space so that the energy, the vibration, and the frequency during every session is exactly where it needs to be so that you can create your own healing, so that you can create your own foundation of release and be open to be guided by your soul self, your higher self, your energetic, ethereal self. And but I hadn't done it for myself in meditation for a long time. Now, for a couple shows back, we talked about the life breath and the breath of life, and adding that. See, I'm still tongue-tied today. The breath of life in combination with your gratitude practice. And this breath is very similar, except for the goal. And I say the goal because, bringing an inhale in for 10 seconds can be really kind of unnerving at first. It can be really uncomfortable first. So cutting that into 5 and working your way up to 10 seconds. And what this breath is that you breathe your inhale, you pull that inhale in all the way down into the lower part of your belly, the past your belly button, all the way into your hips. But when you exhale, you don't rush the exhale. You let the exhale softly and gently release. And the practice of this certain kind of breathing technique is 5 to 10 minutes a day. Eventually working yourself up to that 10-second count as you breathe in. And again, like not letting your exhale rush out, just letting it naturally release and let go. And what this does is this activates and stimulates the vagal tone, which puts you into a parasympathetic nervous state. And when you're in that parasympathetic nervous state, you are in a calm, more relaxed, more at peace, more resting, more place. So if you guys don't have time for a large meditation, or your day's just not working out, but you've got 5 to 10 minutes, this could be a really great tool to utilize. I mean, obviously not when you're driving or running heavy machinery, because I don't know about you guys, but I always go into hypnosis. It's one of my things. Like, I have to be really careful when I'm driving. I have to really make sure that I count myself out because I can get myself going and get a little like, oh, I made it home. Hopefully I hit every single freaking stop sign and green light and red light. Because that happens, and I can be that guy. Because I like to, if you've been here with the shows with Jenny, she likes to be up here. Well, when I drive, I actually do a lot of like inner communication. I come up with some of my best ideas, or I get myself some of my best downloads, and so I'm constantly in the air. So I have to make sure I ground myself. But I was digressing a little bit there. But when we get back to this breathing technique, it's about learning to fill your lungs. It's about expanding your lungs. And it's also, not only does it put you into that connection with your vagus nerve, but it also gets you into that parasympathetic nervous state system. And so that you have more rest, you have more relaxation. Your body is coming into a place of rest. It's taking you out of fight or flight and reducing the stress that fight or flight can create. But there's a vast amount of your body systems, when we get back into that parasympathetic nervous state, into that place of calm and rest, that begin to be able to be more balanced and more harmonic with ourselves. And it gives our body a chance to, balance and even itself out. When we're constantly in fight or flight, or we're constantly being triggered, we are constantly in a state of stress. And our body is responding to that stress and reacting to that stress. And that can be heavy on the body, it can be heavy on all of our systems. So having a 10-minute tool that allows you, it gives you that profound ability to restructure where you are at in that moment, to get you out of the past, get you out of the future, but really come back to your body, come back to something we naturally, innately do every day, every second of the day, which is breathing, and just giving yourself that break and choosing that break. So that break is a big thing. That break, it can be one of the biggest things you can give yourself every day, because we're in a world where it's go, 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 go. And when we get going, we sometimes lose track of when our body or our mind or even our energetic body tell us to take a rest. Like, we constantly push through it. And I'm guilty of it, guys. I do this all the time. So having these little tricks, having these little tools, that if I don't have 20 minutes or half an hour to get myself back gathered up, I can do this 10-minute breath exercise and really feel that connection, really feel that, okay, I'm coming back, my blood pressure is coming down to that where it's supposed to be, or my mind is not racing, I'm not overthinking as much, or I'm not stuck on a story that I'm reliving over and over, from yesterday or the day before, or reliving a mistake I made or something I could have done, but it just kind of shuts all that down and brings you back to body, back to here. The other part of this is, when you're doing this breath work, you can place your hand over your chest and connect with your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve is connected into the gut health, the organ health, the body health. Like, it is really interconnected with most of our systems. The other side of it is, if you want to see if you're really getting into that deeper breath, is putting your hand on your lower, below your belly button, or on your belly button, and seeing what hand you move. If you want to kind of tap in and make sure you're getting that full breath right past the diaphragm, past the belly button, into your hips, into your sacral root chakra, if that's a better visualization for you, and feeling that sensation. And this is very tangible. If you place your hands here and here, and you focus on moving your lower hand, that is something very tangible. And it also gets you back again, focusing on one thing, not 3 things, not 4 things, not 6 things, not 10 things. So this 10-minute meditation, I've been doing it when I've been flying from the coast to Vernon, where I live. And I really noticed a really kind of funny thing. The last time I was in the airport coming from Vancouver, BC to Vernon, BC, was that in the airport, everybody's Christmas time, everybody's a little more on edge, right? And I don't know about you empaths, but I get a little more on edge. I get a little more like, okay, yeah, I can feel you. I can feel your stress. You're traveling. I get you're tired, you're exhausted, you're in a rush. I can feel all of that. And it can get to me a little bit. It can, kind of drain me a little bit if I'm not really kind of conscious of what I'm doing or where I am or the energy I'm absorbing. While doing this little meditation, while waiting to board the plane, it just kind of cleared everything out. And I set a little tension, clearing out everybody's energy that was around me, that I was absorbing, that I was connecting to, and I was grounding into, that I would, kind of experience. And that just made it a little bit easier. And actually, when I got on the plane, the people sitting next to me, they were having a day. And I really felt for them. And but I felt what was going on through them, because they were very anxious, and they'd been traveling long hours and things hadn't gone well. But I was able not to take it on or allow it to absorb into my own sphere, my energy, which then in turn affects my physical, mental, emotional state. So this breath work is really powerful. So we're going to add it into tonight. Tonight we're going to work on this, as a guide, a gateway, a doorway into that interconnection with yourself, and really getting into that home base, that spectacular space. So that's going to be kind of where we're going with meditation. Once we get through the body rest, the body calm, the body connection, and then we'll work on the breath, and I will prompt that in the meditation. So, a purple princess, what have we got going on here? Been thinking of some things, resetting the vagus nerve, where you turn eyes to each side until, yes, so that is something else that we will talk about on another show. But yeah, I love that technique. I actually use that when my neck gets stiff and stuff like that, where you go, yeah, you turn your head. I saw that one, and I've been researching that one. So I love that one. So this is another tool. So you can add this to that tool after, or you can do it just because this is what you're having to do. You don't need to close your eyes for the tool either. If you're out somewhere and you're walking around, or you're doing something outside of running heavy machinery or a vehicle, or if you can do it that way, I mean, kudos. I can't, but if you can, your eyes don't have to be closed. This can be done while you're working out. This can be done while you're walking. This can be done while you're sitting, reading a book. I was doing it the other day when I was reading my book. I was sitting there doing the meditation, the breathing, breath work, and also reading the book. So you can accompany this while you're cleaning the house. I mean, whatever you're doing, if you want to add this in, it's not something where you have to sit and do. I mean, it works a little bit better when you do sit and do, because you really are taking that time out for yourself. You're really taking that time out for your mind to really dump the information into your subconscious mind that is meant to be retained, and release everything else, so you make more space to have a little more mental clarity, a little more mindset freedom, but also helping the body, getting in connected to your body. And as you're doing this, you may start to notice where you're holding tension, or where you're holding that energy that is stuck and old and ready to be released. So that may also guide you into the next step of your meditation practice that day, where, hey, I need to focus on my heart chakra. It's feeling kind of heavy. It's kind of sad. Okay, let me get in there. Now that I've done my breath work and I've gotten myself into that place where I'm in a deeper connection with myself, what am I noticing? Is there a divine message from my higher self? Is there something I'm sensing? So again, this also can be a doorway, a path, a bridge from being out here in our external environment to moving into our internal environment, and building that pathway of inner communication, inner clarity, inner openness, inner understanding and purpose, inner sense and sensation, inner, allowing your inner sight, your inner ability to hear your higher self, to see your higher self, to feel your higher self, or your guides, or any other light being that may be coming forward to bring abundance or guidance, positive guidance into your everyday life, where you can then download that into the consciousness. So a lot of different options. And so this breathwork has a lot of, it has a lot that you can play with. And I think that's the best thing. I don't know about you guys, but I like to incorporate different things together to see where it takes me. Honestly, it's one of those things that actually allows me to discover different ways to help you guys, to share things with you guys. Is sometimes I blend things and I'm like, oh yeah, I really liked that. That was pretty awesome. So sweet, let's do it. Let me write that down. Let me make my note. And the other side of this, guys, is doing your little meditation journal. Or I don't know, sometimes I have a lot of voice recordings, because I just tend to go to a voice recording versus writing down a journal. But I do go back and listen to those recordings. And so I do reflect through my recordings to kind of see where I was, where I'm at, and where to go. And Blue Reflections, there's a guy actually on TikTok who has some videos on some exercises for that, with releasing the vagus nerve through the neck and the eyes, moving from side to side. I'll see if I can find it and also repost it into the Telegram on the journey with Jen Snow. I actually sent it to Josh because he often gets migraines, and so this has been helping him. I thought I was a little, like, he was like, really? I'm like, oh, just give it a try, see what happens. And he was quite surprised to see the difference in the range of motion after just doing it once. And then, so he's been adding that into his practice, and it's been helping a little bit. So it's not the end all be all, but if it creates a little release, then that's what matters. And the other thing is, depending on where you hold tension, one of the energy things that you can do is imagine pulling that tension away and giving it back to the universe. But when you create space in your sphere, in your body, in your energy field, you at the end of that space, when you feel that lightness come through, some people like to pull further away. Make sure you bring in your own divine light energy into that space and fill it up with your intended vibration, highest frequency, and energy capacity, because don't want to leave openness there that where you could absorb somebody else's stuff into yourself, because we all know that's like walking around with a flat and a high heel, and it's very unbalancing and unsteadying. So all right, so tonight we're gonna meditate. So when you guys are ready and willing, let's get on with the meditation. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead when you're ready and find that space. That if you sit or you're laying down or you're somewhere in between, just finding that space in that spot where you can rest for 20 minutes, half an hour, if not a little bit longer, depending on the time. Maybe gathering that sip of water so that as you move forward, that dry mouth is gone. That can happen when you meditate, or perhaps having that Kleenex in your hand as if you meditate and you find that your eyes start to tear. That's just a sign that you're going into a deeper space of trance, a deeper space of connection. That inner landscape is opening up. Or if you feel the eye flutter, that too can also indicate that you are going into that deeper inner space. So when you found your spot, when you found your place, just take a moment to notice the surface beneath you. Notice the bend in your arms, the palms of your hands, the bend in your elbows, the support at the back of your head, or even the weight of the blanket or the chair beneath you, the texture of the fabric all around you. Just taking a moment to get familiar with that physical space that you've chosen to meditate in, to go into that inner place, into that inner sanctuary, home base. And as you take that time to familiar yourself with the space around you, just noticing how safe and secure your body is. And knowing that throughout the journey, whether now or later, every time you choose to adjust your position, every time you shift your shoulders, your hands, your arms, your legs, your back, your head, even the tips of your toes, the soles of your feet, that adjustment will take you twice as deep down into the calmness within, deep down into that physical rest and that peacefulness. More and more with every breath you breathe and every time you adjust your physical body. And once you feel yourself at ease and comfortable, when you're ready and willing, giving yourself permission to go on the journey within, taking a moment to set the intention, an intention you may have in your foremind, or maybe it's just an intention you're just thinking of to now. But wherever your intention is, allowing that intention to be heard physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically. That intention guiding you into that deeper space of inner connection with your highest self, with your inner self, with your soul self, with your universal self. However you decide to connect, however you decide to set the intention, the words that you use are yours and yours alone. They're important because it's how you feel and sense that inner landscape, that inner space, that inner communication with your inner self in that most divine and loving embrace. So as you breathe in and out, feel the permission to create, to discover, to unwind that intention, both inside and outside. And as you connect to that inner space, that inner place, let your breath become a bridge from the outside world around you to that inner landscape, that inner home base, that sanctuary, that special place. So for a moment, when you're ready now, begin to imagine, sense, feel, or even in this moment, if you feel, just pretend to sense, create that special place. Or perhaps it's like your favorite place in nature, a place of comfort and calm, a place of rest and peace, a place where you love to just enjoy and be. But as you begin to imagine this beautiful place, when you're ready now, notice where your breath goes as you breathe in. And notice where your breath goes as you breathe out, allowing your breath to be natural and flowing, rhythmic and balanced. Just notice how you observe and witness your exhale, how you feel it, how you sense and connect to where your breath goes as you breathe out. And as your breath continues to take a natural pace and rhythm, when you're ready, in a moment, I want you to begin to visualize, sense, feel, or imagine, or just know that your breath is a path or a bridge. And as you begin to sense your breath as a path or a bridge from the outside world around you to that inner space of sanctuary, that inner center core, that inner home base, that inner space that is that first platform for us to continue the journey and explore the deepest parts of our inner connection once more. So as you begin to feel your breath as that bridge or that path, in a moment, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And with each and every count from 10 down to 1, I want you to imagine each number as a step along your bridge, down your path. And when I get all the way down to 1, at 1, you'll be in the presence or very close to the presence of your inner home base, of your sanctuary, your inner special place. So when you're ready now, when you're willing, please go ahead and begin to move with your breath as it guides you closer and closer and deeper into the presence of sanctuary, the presence of your center core, into that special place, into that home base of calm, of peace, of tranquility, of connection, of love, of wholeness, of oneness. Once more. 10. Allowing every breath to guide you deeper and deeper within, deeper and deeper down into that beautiful place, into that wonderful, special inner sanctuary of your inner divine home base, into that self source and soul space. As you move from the outer to the inner landscape with every step and every breath, taking you deeper and deeper than the time before, deeper down once more. 9. And as you breathe with ease, as your breath is soft and gentle, calming, drift a little bit deeper now into the calmness within, into the sanctuary of connection, into the beauty of peacefulness, the stillness of tranquility. 8. Deeper still, deeper and even deeper down. With every breath, grounded, rooted, connected, calm, and peaceful. And allowing yourself to drift a little bit further, further down, 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 down. 7, all the way deeper down into the calm, into that sense and flow of peacefulness, into that ever expanding, increasing feeling of rest and softness from the top of your head to the palms of your hands, to the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes. Shifting all the way in, down, down, down to 6, deeper yet, deeper and deeper still, calmer and calmer, allowing that flow of calmness to feel like waves rippling down into you, flowing into every cell, every muscle, every part of you. That energy, that sense of peacefulness expanding, deepening, and flowing all the way in with every breath you breathe, drifting softly and gently, like a leaf on a summer breeze, down to 5 times deeper now. 5 times deeper into that space of rest, into that gentle, warm, and cozy feeling of peace, of stillness. Moving closer and closer into that inner bliss and tranquility as you drift deeper, even deeper now, doubling down to 4. Feel that flow of rest and calmness expand, deepen, strengthen once more from the top of your head, the top of your crown, all the way deep, deep, deep in and deeper down. And as your breath guides you down to 3, feel the calmness setting you free, releasing and letting go of any and all forms of tension or stress that you may sense yourself holding or carrying anywhere in the mind or the body, giving it permission to release with every breath out. That's right. Every exhale, releasing and letting go any and all forms of stress or tightness that you may sense anywhere from the top of your head to the palms of your hands to the soles of your feet and beyond. With every breath you breathe out, you can softly and gently and easily release. Down to 2. Letting go bit by bit as you begin to drift way down into that calmness. Now drifting way down into that sense of peacefulness. Drifting way down into that wonderful warmth of coziness. With every breath in and out. Drifting way down into the stillness of tranquility, into the comfort of inner bliss and peace, and allowing that calmness to spread throughout every muscle, every cell, every nerve, every fiber, every part of you with every breath you breathe, softly and gently, letting go bit by bit when you're ready, as you naturally and automatically begin to release, reduce, dissolve any and all worries or tensions or stress with the exhale of your breath. And as you breathe out, imagine, sense, and feel any and all tensions, any and all stress just floating away like a feather on a gentle summer breeze far, far away from you. as you give yourself permission to let go, to release, to reduce and dissolve any and all forms of tension in the mind, in the body, in the energy, in the sphere of aura all around you and through you. And when you're ready now, all the way down to 1. And as you feel yourself moving down to 1, coming to the end of your path or your bridge, from coming into the presence or very close to the presence of your home base, that sacred place, that inner space of sanctuary, your inner space of calm and peacefulness, that place of cozy warmth and oneness, into that self-source and soul space. And perhaps this beautiful place reminds you of your favorite place in nature, or your favorite place within you, a place that reminds you of a deep essence of calm, a deep sense of peace, a deep warmth of pure unconditional love and wholeness. And as you move into this place, welcoming in all the pieces of you, all the pieces of love, of connection, of oneness. And as you move into your sanctuary of home base, that self-source and soul, inner landscape, that inner space, where you have access to all wisdom, all knowledge, all knowing, where you are in your flow of connection with the universal, pure, unconditional, loving light and soul and higher self. Take a moment to notice how your sanctuary is a part of you. Take a moment to notice how you notice your inner home base. Do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you sense it? Is it just a part of you that you are aware of? However you choose to open to this inner space is absolutely perfect for you and you alone. But giving yourself permission to see and feel and be aware of how you are connected to this inner space, this inner sanctuary, the center core of your self, source, and soul connection and space. So as you find yourself moving along and through this beautiful place, as you notice how you are a part of this place, perhaps beginning to sense and feel and understand with clarity and ease how this inner home base, this sanctuary, this special place is a part of you. And for some, they sense it in their physical body. They sense it in their chest or their diaphragm. They sense it in a chakra. They sense it all around them. However you sense this, again, this is absolutely wonderful and perfect. So just give yourself a moment to notice how you notice this. Notice how you sense this. Notice how you perceive this beautiful space, this inner landscape, this rooted connection into your home base, this very special place. And you may sense that feeling to sit or lay down in this space, or perhaps you choose to wander for a little bit longer to find the most beautiful view, the most wonderful sensation, the most deepest connection with your home base, with your self, source, and soul inner landscape, this inner sanctuary that is your special place. Take a moment to sit in the positive energy of your sanctuary. Take a moment to sit in the calmness of this beautiful landscape, the peacefulness of the connection above you and below you, in front of you and behind you, to the left of you and the right of you. Take a moment to notice how cozy and comfortable it is to be in this beautiful inner space. How being here comforts you physically, mentally, emotionally, and vibrationally. And in a moment, I'm going to help you deepen your connection to your home base, to your center core. I'm going to help you ground a little bit more into the calmness, into that open inner self connection. So when you're ready and when you're willing, please go ahead and move your focus from home base, from your special place, to the space and sounds in front of you. Take a moment to notice how you notice the space and sounds in front of you. And when you feel at ease and calm with the space and sounds in front of you, when you're ready now, come all the way back to center. Come all the way back to home base, back in to your special sanctuary, that self source and soul inner space, into the warmth, into the coziness and the comfort and the peacefulness and the freedom as you go deeper down into the calmness of sanctuary, feeling more grounded and connected into the flow of energy that is within you, and back into that force of creation, creating and deepening, expanding your inner connection to your self source and soul space, into your center core, your sanctuary of home base once more. And with a softness as you breathe, and with a gentle, soft ease, let's go ahead and move your focus through your back to the space and sounds behind you. Notice how you notice and sense the space and sounds behind you. And when you feel at ease with the space and sounds behind you, coming back to center, deeper and deeper into the calmness of home base, into the energy of that cozy inner sanctuary, connecting in a little bit more to your self source and soul inner landscape, moving down into the warmth of calmness, into that beautiful place, grounded, rooted, connected, feeling that peacefulness spread through your entire being, into your entire body, small with every breath you breathe, and knowing that each and every time you go and come back to home base, when you're ready, now you can go a little bit deeper into the sanctuary, deeper into that next level of self-source and soul connection, deeper into the beauty of feeling grounded and centered, aligned and harmonized. whole and complete, in connection with your energy of creation and peace. So now, if you will, let's go ahead and move your focus through your right side towards the space and sounds on your right. And notice as you move into the space and sounds on your right side, how they begin to help take you deeper in and deeper down into that feeling of rest, that flow of calm, that warmth of coziness and comfort, into that energy and vibration of peacefulness, serenity, and tranquility as you come all the way back once more, all the way down into home base, into your center core, into that beautiful inner landscape, into that next level of connection, rooted into your self source and soul space, bit by bit, more and more. With every breath you breathe, as you continue to open the door into that full connection into your inner self, breathing with ease and peacefulness, calm and comfort, stillness and rest, and feeling that flow of freedom expand and spread throughout your entire body. Every muscle softening, softening more. Every nerve calming, calming once more. Every cell, every fiber absorbing the calmness into themselves. And now, if you will, let's go ahead and move through your left side, all the way over to the wall of space and sounds on your left. And as you notice the space and sounds to your left, let them draw you deeper than you've ever gone before into the calmness, allowing them to be a part of your process, that each and every time you notice any and all sounds, it takes you twice as deep, deep down into the calm as you come all the way back to center, all the way into that deeper level of self-source and soul connection, deeper into your home base, deeper down into the calmness, the stillness of your inner landscape, into your beautiful space. And with a lightness and a softness, let's go ahead and move all the way down to the space beneath you, noticing the landscape all around you, noticing the sounds beneath you as they calm you, as you go deeper and deeper into that grounded, rooted connection, as the energy below is soft and loving, bringing that loving, soft energy all the way back into home base. Feel that loving vibration, that connection back into that inner sanctuary of self, source, and soul, into home base. And the deeper you want to go, the deeper you can go. And the deeper you choose to go, the deeper with ease you will go. And the deeper you give yourself permission to go, the deeper that self, source, and soul space, that connection will expand and open in a loving embrace. And now, if you will, in this next breath you breathe, let's go ahead and move through your crown as if you were a feather floating on a gentle breeze, moving up to the space and sounds all around you, noticing any and all sounds, whether inside or outside, whether new or old. Any sounds, whether mentioned, unmentioned, expected, or expected, now or throughout the journey, with your permission, of course, will no longer distract nor disturb you from this wonderful feeling of connection, this wonderful calmness and peacefulness, this wonderful flow into your inner self-communication. In fact, all of those sounds from this point forward will help take you deeper and even deeper down into that inner home base, into that sanctuary, into that inner self-source and soul level and connection and space. So like that feather on a gentle summer breeze, floating in the stillness and the calmness, enjoying the ease, bringing that same feeling of ease and stillness, calmness all the way back down, down, down as you reach down into your crown, all the way back down into your physical body. Bringing that softness all the way in from the top of your crown to the palms of your hands, all the way down to the soles of your feet as you nuzzle into that inner home base, into that self-sourced soul inner space. And as you rest now in home base, as you rest now in the beauty of your sanctuary, in the energy, the vibration and frequency of your self-source and soul space, absorbing the cozy comfort and the stillness of the ever-expanding peace and tranquility of this beautiful place. When you're ready, I want you to go ahead and breathe from your tailbone, from your root chakra or your sacral chakra to a count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up to your crown and pause. 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, softly and gently let yourself exhale all the way out. Adding your exhale, release at its own natural rhythm and pace. And when you get to the end of your breath out, again counting from 5 all the way up, filling that space in your root and sacral chakra areas all the way past your navel, filling that space as you breathe in, expanding into that inner torso. And when you get to 5, holding for a count of 3, and then naturally, softly, letting your exhale release. And again, breathing all the way into your sacral root chakras below your navel, filling your lungs with that new energy. And when you get to 5, at the end of your count, you can expand it if you choose, then pausing for 3, resting in the pause. And as you move through your exhale, let it out softly, gently, let it drift, drift, drift away, creating more and more space for positive energy, more and more space to connect with your inner self more abundantly, more clearly, more openly, more easily. And just repeating this breath pattern, breathing all the way down past your navel for a count of 5 or more, wherever you feel yourself comfortable. Holding when you get to the end of your count. Feel that breath in your lower torso, in your sacral root chakra. And when you're ready, at the end of that 3, pause, release, 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 release. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Making more and more room for positive energy. And as you breathe in, counting from 5 all the way down, expanding your entire torso, filling your lungs naturally, softly, gently, abundantly. So you feel the lower part of your torso expand. And when you get to the end of your count 5, hold for 3. And then naturally, softly, easily, slowly release, let go. Every exhale creating more and more room for positive energy. Releasing on your exhale any old, outdated, stale energy that you've been holding on to. And as you breathe in, breathing in for a count of 5 or longer, depending how you feel. Just sensing that max count. And as you get to the end of your max count, feel your breath beyond your belly button, all the way down into your sacral root chakra. And pausing for 3. And at the end of the pause of 3, softly, gently, fully release. And just observe and witness your exhale as you let go bit by bit, more and more. Opening, creating space for that inner connection to become clearer and more abundant once more. And I'm going to go quiet now, just repeating the process. Breathing all the way into that count, pausing for 3, and then letting go at the end of 3, softly and gently. And as you go through this repeated process through your breath, inviting every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every part of your physical body to move into that space of beautiful rest, comfort, and calm. As you breathe in to your count of 5 or more, inviting your inner connection to open, to clear once more. Breathing all the way in past your belly button, all the way down into your sacral and root chakra. Letting your whole torso expand as you breathe in, bringing all that fresh energy, that new air into your body, into your mind, into your energy, into your sphere of light. And as you exhale, creating more and more space for positive energy to flow within you with every breath in. Making more and more space for that clear connection into your inner self, into your higher self, into your soul self, as you rest peacefully in your sanctuary, your self source and soul home base, in the center core of your special place. And softly and gently, when you're ready, let your breath fully be at ease. Let it be natural now, calm and at peace. And notice how you notice this. Perhaps taking a moment to invite your higher self, your inner self, to come forward with any and all positive guidance, connection, messages that you're open and ready and willing to receive as you rest calmly and peacefully in the sanctuary of your home base, your center core, your self source and soul, inner landscape and space. That deep, deep inner space where you have connection to all divine wisdom, knowledge, and knowing, where you can connect easily and openly to your highest self, your soul self, your inner self. So take a moment if you choose. If not, just enjoy the peace that you've created within you to invite your highest self, your soul self, your inner self to openly bring forward any and all positive guidance and messages that are most needed for you in this life at this present time. And notice how you notice this guidance, this positive message that is most needed in your life at this present time, how you receive it, how you feel it, and giving permission to open your own inner senses widely and clearly, allowing yourself to enjoy the process of inner connection, inner expansion, inner openness, and knowingness. And if you choose, giving your higher self, your soul self, your inner self permission to connect with you more clearly, to communicate with you more clearly from this point forward and beyond, to bring forward any and all positive guidance, messages, and help that is most needed for you in this life at this present time. And giving yourself permission that whenever you choose that you do the breath work, that you'll be in that space of connection, that space of openness, that space of peace and sanctuary, that space of grounded connection and calmness, and letting that flow of calmness expand into every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every cell, and every part of you, both physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, creating and connecting with your sphere of white light and soul body light more and more clearly and abundantly from this day forward and beyond. And now I'm going to ask you to take a couple deep breaths, giving those divine guided messages, positive messages, permission to come forward into the waking space, into the conscious space with you, knowing that you can easily and calmly, abundantly and comfortably retain and recall the divine guidance from your higher self, your soul self, your inner self that is most needed for you in this life at this present time to help create positive changes day after day and beyond. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At 5, you'll be fully emerged and fully aware and fully alert. And at 5, opening your eyes as you feel comfortable and ready. And if you need a second count out, when I get to 5, going ahead and recounting yourself out from 1 to 5, all the way back into the presence in the here and now and back into your physical body. So when you're ready with a deep breath, let's go ahead. 1, beginning to move back into this inner space, back into the waking place, back into your physical body, bringing the energy and the peace and the stillness, the calmness all the way back into your conscious space, feeling every muscle soft and loose, rested and receiving that divine loving energy. Feel how grounded and rooted you are and how connected and open you are to your inner soul self, your higher self, your universal light body self, more and more with every day that passes if you choose to give permission to do so and be in that flow of inner connection, inner self connection, and more. 2, feel the bend in your arms, the palms of your hands. Feel the rise and fall of your chest as you come back into the here and now, back in to the physical body, back into this inner space of sanctuary. And 3, beginning to feel the bend in your legs, moving your fingers and your toes. Feel the bend of your arms, feel the space around you, feel the space beneath you, feel the fabric of your clothes upon you. Feel the movement of your breath becoming more and more alert and more aware. And 4, your eyes are crystal clear. Your energy is clearly connected and grounded, rooted, balanced, and harmonized. You're moving and creating and living and flowing in your space of high vibration, high frequency, and high energy, bringing forward all those positive messages and connections that are most needed for you in this life at this present time, easily and clearly, openly and abundantly. And 5, fully emerge, fully aware, fully alert. Take a deep breath all the way back into the here and now, coming all the way back. Whew. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, feeling wonderfully centered and grounded, feeling aligned and more connected with your inner self, your higher self, your soul self, your light body self, your universal self, and more. All right, guys. Thank you for your time, for your energy, for being here for Meditation Mondays. If you guys have a question, please smash the like button. Leave me a comment on my YouTube page, The Journey with Jen Snow. We do meditations almost every Monday, same time, same place. I will be also posting them on TikTok and doing them live on TikTok. But if you have questions, guys, come on over. For those of you who have joined us, thank you very much. I'm very honored and blessed to be a part of the journey and to share time and space with you. And I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. Next Monday is the 26th. There will be no meditation next Monday because I will be down on the coast spending Christmas with my family. However, we will be live with Jenny Adams, the Rooted Goddess, on December 28th. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. However, I may be sneaking in a little winter solstice meditation on Wednesday. So you guys, if you smash the notification and subscribe, you will get that notification, because I'm thinking it's the winter solstice. We got to do something. We got to get into that space of clearing and releasing, and then talking about the next morning getting into that manifesting like space and energy, vibration and frequency. So clearing out the old the night of the solstice, and then in the morning taking time to really connect and really visualize and really harness in that high vibration, that vibration that is your light body, into your inner physical body, into the cellular makeup of your being, so that you bring that energy into this life at this present time, and you start creating and manifesting through that energy versus the old energy that we are going to let go. So I got some inspiration today while I was working, and I'm going to write it out and see if I can get it finished for Wednesday night. So please check in on the journey with Jen Snow. I will also post it here. We'll do a little winter solstice fun. So, all right, guys. Oh, I'm floating and then running. Yeah. So the burning of letting go of stuff, right? That is another way to, on the solstice, to release what you need. Write it down and burn it, release it, give it permission, hold it in a space of forgiveness and letting go. And that's, oh yeah, we'll talk about that. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Thank you. You are amazing. And I feel very blessed to be here. So have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.